The Lord says, strange things will start happening on the earth that will amaze many. The supernatural will become natural because I will demonstrate my power to the inhabitants of the earth. People will see signs in the clouds, on land, and even in the waters, which will be divine signs. I shall make them seen in these days. Through them, I shall prove to many my existence and clear the doubt in the hearts of others. Also, they shall be signs of comfort to the remnant that I, their Lord, is with them. I, the great monarch, will make a majestic entry and significant participation in the affairs of this world, to a point that even those who don't know me will clearly say, this can only be the hand of God.
Residents say this has been an off and on problem, and when you hear the sound, you can understand why they're hoping for some help and for a good night's sleep.
What is the sound?
You're hearing what residents of this neighborhood have been hearing off and on for what they say is too long and too disturbing a time.
It's kind of a, excuse my sound effects, but it almost sounds unnatural. And for that reason, it really gets under your skin.
What is that sound?
You feel like your teeth are about to fall out. You feel like your window panes might shatter. It's really an unnatural sound, and it's unnerving.
That's Mo Hussein, a 5-year resident of Fort Greene, Brooklyn, who's just one of many people who've recorded videos, shared stories on apps like Nextdoor and WhatsApp, and have called 311 about the sound in their neighborhood.
A mysterious sound heard through parts of Fort Greene, Brooklyn has been driving some people, we are told, crazy.
Yeah, it's maddening, it's unsettling, and it's also just this mystery because nobody seems to know what is causing this strange humming sound. CBS 2's Kevin Rincon gives us a listen.
It's profoundly annoying.
As you hear the noise, it's hard to make out what it is.
It sounds like somebody putting their finger on a glass cup and running it around the top of the cup.
It sounds very much like a resonance, a harmonic resonance, like if you can picture someone rubbing the top of a crystal glass or a tuning fork.
What is that sound?
Mo Hussein, he took video walking home one night.
I liken it to like some sort of alien invasion. As you're walking around, even in the middle of the night, you hear this hum off in the background and you wonder what could that be?
You know, I thought about that. And they're only landing in the middle of the night.
But admits it could be anything.
It's just this consistent humming that doesn't seem to go away and goes on for hours. It's so piercing that it keeps you up.
Neighbors called 311, but when the city's Department of Environmental Protection showed up, the sound had stopped. We reached out to the DEP several times on Thursday, and they now say they plan to return to try and find the source of the nuisance.
As soon as you think, okay, well, now I've gotten used to it, now I'm ready to live my life with this noise, then it goes away. You're like, oh, that's great, and then it comes back.
Some residents, they've turned to online forums to mark when the noise starts and stops, but tracking it isn't easy.
Like bass notes they disperse easily, but they're hard to pinpoint. And this sound has that quality of like, ooh, that's really hard to locate.
It's not just loss of sleep or an inconvenience. There are plenty of people here concerned that this could have larger psychological impacts, which is why they're hoping speaking out could help bring them some peace and quiet.
Hope so.
It was beginning to drive me nuts, too.
Just in that short time, and they're living with it.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I hope there's a remedy.
They'll figure it out.
A resident here who didn't want her face shown, who's experienced the same sound.
It's really annoying. It sounds like a headache.
She says she hears it on her block intermittently, day and night.
Just when you think, oh, it's gone, then you're like, wait, do you hear that? Yeah, no, I hear that. It's also problematic because it's so eerie sounding. You know, and so it's difficult to ignore.
I'm a father to a 9-year-old boy, and sometimes it kicks up right at bedtime, and it's just enough to sort of prevent him from going to sleep.
But they're looking to the city to help solve the mystery.
We've been sending these notes out, these emails, filling out these web forms.
And when they do,
tough luck. Sorry, we can't help you without more information. So it's very frustrating for us.
The Department of Environmental Protection handles these calls. We contacted them, and through a spokesperson, they said they're sending someone out here as early as next week to meet with complainants and do an inspection. We'll stay on top of this one to see how it goes.